Hi guys, so for today's Stamping Wednesday, I'm going to do a fill on these nails. They don't need it yet. It's been about a week, but I always like to do a design change. So it's tough to do a fill when you really don't have that much growth, but like since last week was the first time I've done acrylic in a long time, I didn't get super close to my cuticle, so there's a little bit of growth. So we're going to need lots of different things to do this, but for the stamping, I just want to show you, I'm using this plate that someone had sent to me, and I'm so sorry. I don't recall. It's been a really long time. It's from Bundle Monster. It says Madam Luck BM XL207. And this is the cutest plate in the world. Look at all the little fun, kind of just fun things on here. So we have like the graffiti, some arrows, just the cutest little kawaii animals and food and cute stuff and hearts here and some little individual guys. So I'm going to be using that plate. Of course, for that, we're always going to need a stamper and scraper as normal. I'm going to stamp, I think, with Queen's Rudolph Teal and Rose Parade, with a blue and a pink, because I'm going to try, hopefully, is to use Maiden of Grape from Wave Gel. I'll have links to where you can get this, rushhourbeauty.com. I have a 10% off code for you guys, and their matching duos like this are $8.50, free shipping always, so really great deal. So it comes with the gel polish and a regular lacquer. I'll be using the gel polish, which I guess I don't have to, but I will. And I have their top coat too to go with that. I'm going to be using some different mixes, hopefully. This one, I'm not sure if it's a mix, and someone sent it to me. As you can see, it's really cute, but it looks like there's already acrylic in there, but I'm not sure, so I'm still going to add acrylic to this. It's very fine pink glitter. There might be some little stars in there too. Really cute. Looks like it might glow in the dark, actually. Maybe that's what that powder is. And this one is from, it's called Ice Cream for Ice Cream from Diana Guardian, and every time she entered our mix, what's they called? Our exchanges or swaps, she always sent the cutest stuff. So she has her own little nail art here, which I was debating using, so I don't know, well, maybe I'll incorporate this. I have some other little lollipops here that Denise Salvaggio had sent in that are really cute, so we'll see what I end up doing, and maybe not using them at all, but we'll see. Her mix is just so cute. It's blue and pale like lavenders, there's pink hearts in there, there's white chunky glitter, some fine glitters. I just thought it was really pretty, so I'm going to try to mix this one into this one on some of the accent nails. We're going to need all your basic stuff: cuticle pusher, dehydrator, primer. I always use Something Wonderful primer, which is right here. I'll be using Omega or Nailite Omega acrylic and their clear acrylic and their monomer. That's also Omega monomer. Okay. My brush here, I think I picked this up at Sally, yeah, because it's ASP. This is not my favorite brush, but this is what I have right now. I would like for it to be a little bit more pinched at the end. You see how they kind of open up, but that's okay. So I'm using that guy. You always need lint-free wipes. I'm also going to be using my electric drill, which I reviewed for Born Pretty Store. It's a Cena drill. You can just use regular files if you don't have a drill to get rid of everything that you have on your nail right now, which basically you want to take off all of this stuff and shave the nail down a pretty good amount, just so that you can kind of redo your acrylic application, especially in the cuticle area. But I also wanted to mention real quick, somebody asked me how long these my rhinestones lasted. So I lost this one yesterday. I could replace it, but I decided not to. And I lost this one a couple days ago, probably 2 days ago. So it's kind of hard to tell because there's so much else going on in the nail, but that one's gone there. And I did add an extra little one on the sides. I don't know if you watched the video when I did these nails. I said I was going to add some. So there they are, but that's all I lost in a week. So, and it took almost a whole week to do it. So not too bad. But let me think. All kinds of files, all that good stuff. So let's get started. This video is going to be filmed all kinds of funny. So I'm because I had to do some of my nails while Miranda's awake. So I did that downstairs. So I will show you on this nail though how I remove the acrylic, and we'll go from there. But I'm going to go ahead and mix my powders right now. So I'm just going to get not too much because I really don't need much of each one. Maybe a couple scoops of clear acrylic and a couple scoops of either mix. Okay, so in this one I'll get my ice cream for ice cream. Let me move this out of the way so I don't get any of that in there. And let me see how thick it is. Yeah, I think a couple scoops, but you know, not too. Just so it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio. I think that'll be okay. It looks like pretty good. And then I'll do the same thing with the pink one, okay? And that's going to be the mixes that we'll be using. So that was the acrylic powder that I'm mixing in there. And we will get started. Okay guys, so I actually finished a whole hand and a couple nails. I want to show you how to remove your acrylic. So I have my little fan here. It's kind of loud when I turn it on. Not too bad. Sounds like that. I just kind of leave it right here in front of me. And if you're using file, well, you're just going to start filing off the gel polish, you know, whatever it is that you're wearing. When you have stuff like this, you want to pick it off. I left my picker downstairs, unfortunately, but some of the stuff you can just pick off, like you saw that, and I can use that another time. Some of these other things, or you can also just file them off, and which is what I'm going to do. I don't recommend it. I just forgot my file downstairs. I mean, I'd use just like a nail clipper just to kind of pick at them. But I'm going to turn my file on, and I just start going to town here. And I'm going to take off as much acrylic. It doesn't have to be a lot because, like I said, my nails didn't really grow out that much, but you want to take off whatever excess you have. Just bring it down a little bit, especially if you want to do a whole like nail tip change, or if you're doing a different shape. You always want to take down as much as you can, especially around the cuticle. If you have any lifting, you can pick that off again with like a cuticle nipper. Just kind of carefully pick that off, or come in behind it as you're filing and let it loosen up, because since it's loose, it's not really on your nail. It'll just kind of flake off when you're using your file. So I'm going to continue just filing these guys off. It was probably easier to pick them off like I did downstairs when I did this hand. But my daughter wasn't taking a nap, so I figured I can do some of it while she's awake, and I just went to check on her and she's asleep. So I'm like, oh, bummer. I could have been doing a lot more of this. So I'm going to go ahead and file it down, just like I did with this one here. Any excess, just file it nice and smooth. File off as much as you can so we can do our fill. I'm all done with that. So what I'm going to do is just have everything kind of ready. The last thing you want to do before you do any of this stuff here is make sure that you push back your cuticle really well. I'm going to try to stay in frame. Sorry guys, earlier or yesterday, or what am I talking about? The last time I did a video I was kind of out of frame there. So you want to make sure that everything, that your cuticle area is pushed back really well, and that you remove any of that dead skin that might be hanging around there. And again, any lifting, make sure that's also gone. Okay. And then you're going to go in and make sure that's nice and etched, your nail there. So I'm going to take just my regular file, just filing back behind there, flattening out the edge of the acrylic, the last parts of the acrylic you have there, and making sure you're etching your natural nail a good amount. Usually have more growth because obviously I haven't worn mine very long. But now, I'm going to take a lint-free wipe and some of my NSI cleanser dehydrator and wipe away any of that little dust that you just kicked up. And I'll start with the nail that just needs some clear put in there. So I'm going to get my monomer, have my brush. I always clean it in between everything, always, all the time. So that's how I keep it clean. I'm going to dip into that monomer. And before I do that, let's put on our Something Wonderful. My alarm just went off. I have to pick up my son, and my daughter's asleep. So this is getting kind of hectic. I'll probably do this one nail and then go get him and then come back. So I like to do 2 coats. I usually let 1 coat dry before I go to the next one, but I'm just going to add that in right now. And I don't need too much because this is just to fill in that very small area of my nail. But you do want to perfect the nail, especially if you don't have enough at the tip or whatever you need to do. Just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to place that really close to my cuticle, not super close, and then I'm just going to kind of pat it over and start kind of pulling it down on the sides here. And then in this middle area, the body of your brush can kind of pat that down. And that fill is really easy, just on something like this. Just that clear, I'm pretty much done. I'll kind of see if I have any hills or valleys I need to fill in, maybe a little bit right here. Just a little bit. And that is it for that nail. Super easy, right? So that's kind of why fills are pretty fun to do, because it's quick. You get to it pretty quick, but sometimes taking off all that gel polish or whatever else you had takes some time. So for this next nail, since I have to leave, I'll just go ahead and do it quickly. Ooh, I literally have like 3 minutes. So I'm going to get my little pink mix, because that's what I'm going to use for the back. And you can also put some clear acrylic down first, but since this is so fine and I don't have a lot to do, I'm just going to go ahead and place this down right there. And just kind of move it over. Again, kind of thin because we're going to encapsulate this and I don't want this to end up super thick. So I'm just going to take that all the way down here. As far down as I did the other nail, whatever you can kind of compare to your other hand or other nail, whatever it is. I need a little bit more. Right there. Just make sure that's patted nice. The shape is what you want, so you don't have to do too much filing. And now I'm going to grab some of this other chunkier one and place it at the top of my nail. And just kind of feather that one down. I'm trying to make sure I have plenty of the mix on here and plenty of the different pieces that are in the mix. So I'm going to let this set up. See how quick that is? I'm going to let that set up before I encapsulate it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the lighting's not that great, I'm sorry, but we're going to go ahead and encapsulate. So I try to take a bigger, wetter bead, place it right in the back, and you see how I keep my finger kind of down towards me so that I don't get the acrylic running towards the cuticle. And we're going to push that out towards the sides, again, pat, 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 as I'm making sure I'm not getting that into my cuticle too much. Oh, I got a piece coming out. I'm going to take that off right there. That little blue dot that just came out, I need to get rid of that guy. Okay, pat, pat, pat. And one more smaller bead to cover the very tip of the nail. Coming back down this way. Alright, so I'm going to let that set up. Try to keep it as smooth as you can. That'll probably just drill off actually, or file off when I go to file it. But anyway, I actually did that in 4 minutes, both of these nails, and I have to go. So I'm going to go pick up my son, and when I come back I'll do the filing and final touches. Okay guys, so it's all solid now. You can hear that. And since I had to take off and be all fast, but I kind of missed a little piece there, but it's not going to make a big deal once I file this down. As you can see, it just kind of goes away there. Anyway, so these are all ready to file. I had already done those nails, and I did these two with you. So as you go to file them, you always want some good sturdy files. And I love these hard. I don't know why I can't find any more of these guys. And I don't remember if a friend here gave these to me or if I bought them myself, but I need some more like this because I like that they're very solid. I don't like when they're kind of squishy, when they have like that squishiness behind them like this one. Anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because when you go to file, you always want to do your sidewalls. And that's generally, a lot of people do that first. And I would turn my fan on, but I'm going to leave it off right now. And as you can see, all those pieces are just staying there, but when my fan's on, it just kind of falls in there. And then, so when you're doing this, you're kind of going flat, straight under the nail. Okay? If you start doing this kind of rounding stuff, it's going to make the nail look a different shape, especially this shape of nail. So you want to be careful of that and just thinking about it when you're going to file. You can take a little off the top now if you'd like, or afterwards. I usually straighten it out, but I end up taking more off the top later. And with that same file, you can go around the cuticle and start making sure that that's nice and tight to the base of your actual nail. Or you can just go right into with your e-file. So this is normally how I do it. Like last time I only used this kind of file. But this time since my e-file is already out, I might as well use it. So I just take that guy. You usually want to go in one direction if you're going to go up and down or whatever. But with this guy, it's so nice and smooth and works so well, I don't really care about that. I try to, you know, pay attention there, get real close to my cuticle area. And as you're filing your nail, you want to try to keep that nice shape, keep that nice apex. Look down the barrel of your nail, make sure the thickness is the same, the width up here and the top, and you can shave that down. So whatever that you need to do to get your nail with that nice shape, do that. I really do prefer just using the old school file. I don't know, I feel like that's better for me. So anyway, and you can kind of control it a bit. Sometimes if your e-file's going a little bit fast, you can take a whole chunk out without meaning to. So I'm going to continue doing that with all my nails. Just filing them, getting to that right shape. And after I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and buff it with a buffing block. Just a yellow buffer block, just go over it the same way. And you're ready to go. So I'll do that and I'm going to wash my hands. Sometimes people just dry off the powder or they use like a cleanser to take off the powder. I actually wash my hands like old school like you do whenever you go to get your nails done. And we'll be right back for the polishing. Okay guys, so this hand was all done as we saw before, but now I just need to top coat and polish this and then do our stamping, which that's why we're here, right, on Wednesday. My daughter isn't here right now. I just figured, you know what, this is taking me all afternoon. She took a 15-minute nap before I had to get Dorian and we're good. So all I do is wash my hands, so I don't need to do anything to make sure that they're clean at the moment, so I just touch it with my hand. But they're ready to go, so I can go ahead right into my top coat and my gel polish. So this is the color I was using, right, Maiden of Grapes, and I turned on another light, so hopefully that helps you guys out. So I could do this at the end for the middle nails. All I'm just going to do is top coat them, so I'm just going to wait for that, because otherwise I'll have to take the dispersion layer off and all that. So right now I'm going to color in, or, you know, polish the nails that are going to be that Maiden of Grape. I love this color. It's so pretty. I don't remember if it's a color that Wave Gel sent to me or if I purchased it, but I have a feeling it's one of the ones they sent to me early on. So again, you just cover the whole nail. And to try to keep that crispness of your nail, just go ahead and cap the tip, but make sure it's nice and flat looking, if that makes any sense. You don't want it to be all bumpy at the tip. So I'm going to do that with all 3 of those nails and put it into my Wave Gel lamp, which happens to be right here, for 30 seconds. That's all it is. I'm going to do 2 coats just like that. So after I do this, I'm going to clean up around the nail before I stick my finger into my lamp. Just to make sure you don't have any polish on your skin. 30 seconds, and then I'm going to do another second coat, 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my 2 coats, and I am in love. Love it, love it, love it. So pretty. So now we're just going to top coat you, because I want to go ahead and stamp over the top coat, but here we are. If you were going to stamp, like, let's say an acrylic nail like this, you can do your stamping, then do the top coat, but I'm going to do those things. Let me see if this nail is quite right the way I want it. Okay, so I'm going to take my Wave Gel top coat, and on your nails that are just here, I love this. As soon as you put this on, it's like that little shimmer, how shiny it is right there. Maybe it's hard for you to see. But let's compare it to this other nail. Again, if you get on your skin, clean it up. You don't want that to be the cause of why your nails might lift. Love it. So I'm going to top coat, obviously, those nails. Top coat the nails with the polish on them. A toothbrush, Miranda? She's in my room, and I'm telling you earlier when I went to put my hand in the lamp. So I have gel polish on my hand. She opened one of my polishes that's right next to me here and basically let it just drip onto the carpet. Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to finish top coating these. Clean up around your skin if you need to. 30 seconds in the lamp, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all done, but we do need to remove that dispersion layer, so I'm just going to take a gel cleanser. I guess I could use my NSI Pure Cleanser too, but I'm just going to take that, clean off all that sticky dispersion layer. Of all the nails. Oh yeah, the nails. Okay, so I have my bottles open here ready to go. I'm going to peel this cover off of my plate, and I'll be right back. Okay, this plate is super cute. I guess I'm going to use these guys over here, even though it's all cute. I love everything. I really like that graffiti too. So I don't know. I guess you can mix that up. I'm going to use different images from this side here. So I'm going to take this and get some acetone on there. Sorry, my arm's in the way. Clean that off. I keep getting acetone on my nails. I guess it's okay. It's not going to do anything. But obviously, if you soak your acrylics in the acetone or let it be on there a long time, it's going to start hurting them. But I'm going to make it so that the pink stamping is towards the top, just like the pink here, and then the blue stamping toward the bottom is here. So, or you can switch it, whatever you like, mix it up, put some purple, whatever you want to do. So I am going to just kind of put that pink, put that blue, and just kind of mix it a little bit so it ends up with some purple. Now I think that might be okay. Hopefully it doesn't just go blend away. I'm taking too long to pick this up now. Oh, so cute! Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll take that guy and just stamp it wherever I feel like. Right there's cute. Alright, so there's that one. I'm going to clean this off. And these images are adorable. Oh my goodness. So maybe pink here, a little blue. Just mix that up. And if you want the images to stay more true to what they look like, you probably want to use a firmer stamper. This one's a squishy one, so it's going to warp it just a little bit. I'm just going to place that one right here so I can kind of see what I'm looking at. Push it down on my nail. Okay, so I'm going to continue stamping the other nails and I'll be right back. Stamping is all done. You guys should see my room right now. This girl has tore it up. I love this plate. It is so cute. And I have to be honest here. Bundle Monster the other day told me that my social media and things were not consistent with like what they would like to see with their social media or the way they like things filmed or whatever. So they did not accept me as a collaborator of theirs, but still, great company, I mean, whatever. But I was like, oh, well, that's unfortunate, but, you know, whatever. You do what you do and you move on, right? So I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal, but I just thought I'd let you guys know. So I'm going to take my top gel before I clean it up, because what happens is if you do your top gel and then cure your hands, when you go to cleanse the sticky layer, all that stamping will come off too. So there's no reason for me to do it now and then do it again later. So I'm just going to take my top gel, and sometimes you have to do 2 coats. So a lot of times once you've cleaned the dispersion layer, the polish, and to be honest, I could have just taken the shine off of that polish after I took off the dispersion layer, then did the stamping, then added this. Sometimes it'll just not have anything to cling to and it wants to kind of curl away. But, you know, that's up to you, and just pay attention to what your, you know, nail is doing there. Sometimes you just want to add another coat and it'll help that. So I'm going to do the 2 coats, 30 seconds each coat, and I'll be right back. 2 coats, try my best to keep Miranda's hand out of my UV lamp. She's such a little traviesa. So I'm going to take that cleanser again, and as I clean off that top coat, as you can see, the over stamping comes off too. So just clean up that way. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope the lighting and the chaos wasn't too crazy for you all, but I'm very sorry. That's just my life. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have some pictures for you, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye now. I just finished both hands, and it made me laugh because I'm going to explain to you guys, when I do the stamping, I want to have the pink up on top like this nail and the purple, you know, the blue towards the bottom, and I did totally the opposite, but I think it's really cute. And I kind of mentioned that too, if you want to do the opposite way, obviously do whatever you like, but I love the way it came out. I guess you could do some this way, some that way, whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to come back and show you because it just made me laugh. I'm like, oh, okay, good thing I wasted seconds talking about that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you everyone who contributed to this nail design, sending in your glitter mixes and the swaps that I did, you know, years ago even, or last season. So I hope to do one coming up at the end of the month. Obviously, if you see this video later than March, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But hopefully we'll do one, and it'll be lots of fun. And again, this is a great place to start, do some 3D work or whatever, but I'm going to leave it simple like this because I think it speaks for itself. There's quite a bit going on already. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.